Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a kind of biker uptown girl. I don't really know. I'm going to be working with an old Aurora doll which I have. To start off, remove the head by soaking it in hot water and pulling it off. This step, dependent on what neck peg you have, can take some time. I didn't know what neck peg this was, so I ended up just twisting the head at random angles until I found what it was. Then, using a pair of sharp scissors, I cut off all of the hair from the head. Then, using pliers, I scraped out all the insides. After spraying my doll with the 2 layers of Mr. Soup Clear, I started blushing her using some hair chalks. These just give a lot of colour as they're quite, well, chalky. I then took some eyeshadow which I had from Claire's and blushed the eyeshadow and lid shapes. I'm using this concept art from Sakami-chan. She is an amazing artist on Instagram and I'll leave her link in my description box. I wanted to keep the snide eyes, so I ended up just copying them exactly how they were in the picture. This is actually a lot harder than you think with different eye molds, so this step can take a lot of practice and perseverance. I then went in with my light blue and added highlights to the eyes. I also put some water on my finger to get out some stronger pigment from the pencils. I then added the whites between the teeth and the whites of the eyes. And then I went in with my pencil again to add even more shading. Adding the whites to the teeth and the eyes really just helps make everything pop and look more lifelike. I then, using a very sharp brown pencil, went in and gave her a bunch of freckles, but then erased them and kept on going over them to make them look more realistic. Then, using some yarn from my local yarn shop, I brushed out using my pet brush to give it a nice crazy feel. Then, after straightening it out, I glued it onto the head and plaited it. I then cut the fringe out and just ended up brushing it with my pet brush to give it a more ragged look. Using some old earrings I had, I think they were from Primark, I put them into the earring holes with some UHU glue on. I then started on the coat. I used an old trouser leg from God knows where. I traced around her figure with chalk and made a jacket design. After seeing it wasn't even, I did the side which worked out better and just cut it out. I then measured it to the body and started sewing with a hand needle. You can do this by machine if you like, but I couldn't find my machine, so I just ended up doing it by hand. Then I took my needle and started picking up some of the stitches to give it a more distressed look. I then, after adding some leather to cover up the necklace, started painting the bodice white. To do this and make it look more realistic, use numerous layers of watery white acrylic paint. I then, by doing 2 tiny strokes with my pen, made a little heart, and then I added some varnish to the white body so that it wouldn't flake off. Then, using some old cotton fabric, I decided to make a mini skirt. You can make yours longer and use whatever fabric you have at hand, but this was just what I had at hand. I then reattached the head to the body because it just kept on falling off the table, floating around. When I finally got it on, I bent the plaits into the right position and started toying around with the jacket, for no random reason. I then thought that the head would look good with a crown which I had in my bits and bobs drawer. I still have no idea where I got that from. I lined it with UHU glue and put it on the head and filled the crown with a bit of more glue so that it would be more stable. Then, using some clay, I started to mould the bottom of the shoes. For the shoes, I drew heavy inspiration from the Octo expansion which came out recently and inspired me a lot. Then I added some lace to the shirt and covered the legs in the same black fabric that I used for the jacket. After seeing that the soles of the shoes that I had didn't fit, I went over and did them again with some more clay. Then, using some acrylic paint, which was watered down acrylic paint, I went over and painted a huge flame on the back of the jacket. I had to keep on going over this with watery acrylic paint to try and get my strong colour. I added some hints of orange to make it have more depth. I then painted the shoes silver and painted a skull on the back of the jacket. Helpful cat crashing the photo shoot. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, I shall see you guys later. Bye!